G'day, ZiggyD here, and in this video I want to give you guys a bit of a guide on how and when I go about upgrading my gear. I've had requests for videos like this quite a few times now, and it is a tough thing to do in Path of Exile. Gear is very complicated, there are a lot of stats to know about, and sometimes just getting upgrades can be quite difficult since there's no real money auction house to go and buy your gear in. So let's first talk about when to upgrade your gear, or when I know that I need to upgrade my gear. Well, there's two things to be on the lookout for. The first one is when your gear is actually becoming outdated, so when you've out-leveled your gear by a significant margin. Now this death bow here is rolled quite well, and it's served me quite well up to this point. It had excellent stats on it, and it's done well for quite a few levels now. But let's go ahead and check the item level here. So to do that, you just pick it up and type in /item level like that. It's a bit hard typing around my mic, but there we go. And that lets you know the item on the cursor is level 33. Now I'm currently level 43, so I'm 10 levels out leveled for this. So that means that even 5 levels out leveling you like a weapon means that you can get significantly more damage if you happen to get a better weapon that's closer to your level. Now the second time you know when you need to upgrade a particular piece of gear is when it's just plain bad. So we have these boots here. These are okay, they have some move speed, a small amount of resistances, and block stun, which is nothing. They're also fairly low level compared to us. They have good links, that's the main reason I've kept them around. However, I know that I need to be on the lookout for boots firstly because I want pure evasion armor, and because the stats on it really aren't that good. I'd like a lot more resists, a lot more move speed, like 20 to 25% move speed at least, and life. I'd love some life on there. So, or also evasion, like any evasion bonus would be great for that. Other things I know, like my gloves here are okay for magic, but the fact that they're magic alone means that I can get a lot better gloves. If I can upgrade these to rare gloves that are comparable, then they're just going to have more stats on them, and they're going to be a lot better. Similarly here to my bow, this armor, chest armor here is quite out leveled. It has decent stats on it, but I can get a lot more evasion rating and a lot higher stats on this now because it's quite behind in item levels. It's probably also 10 levels behind. So now let's talk about how to actually go and get upgrades. Up to this point in the game, and probably up until Merciless really, I'll never spend anything above an Alchemy crafting my own gear. Simply put, a Chaos can be easily used to trade for a good piece of gear. So if you need a good ring or a good amulet or even a good weapon, most people would be willing to trade those for 1 or 2 Chaos as you're leveling. Basically, any good leveling gear can be bought for a Chaos easily. You can also buy things with Alchemy, but I find it quite easy to use those to craft with. So when I've identified that I need to go ahead and upgrade my gear, the first thing I'll do is I'll start putting myself in the mindset of I need to start looking for items in the base type that I want with the links I want around my level. So as I'm progressing or farming in an area that's close to my level, so monster level 42, or I've been doing a bit of Western Forest, which is monster level 44, a little bit above my level, which is okay because you can wait an extra level if you need to. I'll start to look out for weapons that, you know, are of the base type, and at a close level. So this is weapon level 38. Now I've picked this up because it has the links I need, and I knew that when I leveled up, the vendors would refresh their gear as well. So you can find these either through drops or buying through the vendor. So here we've got like this, here we go, we've got a compound bow and a sniper bow, which are level 41 and level 44, so a few levels over this. These would be better choices, but they really don't have the links I need. So I might have to craft with this D-curve bow now, even though it's not quite as high a level as I could potentially use. It still might be a good option if I can get a good roll on it with an Alchemy. So that's the first thing. Looking for drops in the base item types you need with the links you need is the most important thing. So obviously if you find a good rare you can use that, but that's going to happen less often than you're going to find whites with good links. So anything between this level 38 D-curve bow here and this level 44 sniper bow I know is around my level and will be an upgrade over my death bow. The main thing is I need to get those links so that I can craft it with an Alchemy. So let's go ahead and craft this bow now, because I do actually need an upgrade there. I've only got 2 blacksmith whetstones. I'm a little bit poor at the moment in hardcore, so we'll go ahead and craft that up just to give us a little extra damage. I could wait around for extra blacksmith stones or try and save them up to do this, but by the time I do that, this deco bow, I'm going to need to find something else, and I kind of really need an upgrade now. So let's go ahead and spend an Orb of Alchemy on that. Now we've got physical damage, cold damage, life leech, projectile speed, accuracy rating. Perfect, that's like an upgrade straight there. 31 to 77, a bit of a physical damage boost. Ice damage is always nice, less fire damage, but I've got some life leech as well, which is actually going to help me out quite a bit. So that's pretty cool there. I've managed to craft a little bit of an upgrade. Could have been better, and especially if I'd have found a higher level one, that would have been better there. So I'm going to be doing the same thing with my chest armor especially. I really need a 3-link, or I could probably even sell for a lesser linked chest armor piece. So I'll go through and check the vendors here, and we're looking for pure evasion gear. So we've got the full leather is what I'm wearing now, which is level 28. As you can see, I'm super out leveled for that. However, because this does have an item level, I could potentially roll this with some better stats. The base item level of this is better. So I think you can check in the vendor the item level. Well, the item level is going to be around my item level because that's just simply what the vendors do. No, you can't check that. But it'll be around your level if you're buying it from a vendor in your current zone where you've progressed up to. So that's a little bit confusing, but try and stick to the base item types that you are around your level because you're going to get a higher evasion rating and things like that. So if you've looked out for drops as you're going with good links that you need, or you've checked the vendors and there's nothing there, you have two options. You can either start hitting up the trade chat to try and see if you can find or buy an upgrade for an Alchemy or a Chaos Orb or something like that, and that can be a good option. However, sometimes that can be time consuming, and it might just be no one who has any potential upgrades for you. So the other option is to either pick some safe progression or a safe farming zone around the eye level that you're trying to get items for. So as I said here before, Fellshrine Ruins or Western Forest are a good choice for me to try and get upgrades now. Generally speaking, you want to try and farm the highest level you can, safely do so. So Western Forest would be a better choice for me because it's slightly higher level, and I have potential of finding the sniper bows in Western Forest, which if I can find a good linked sniper bow would be an even better upgrade. It was okay to spend that alchemy there for now, but I still need some chest pieces and things like that, and I could find those. So you can do that to either just find a drop, or you can simply do it until you level up. And when you level up, of course, the vendors refresh, so you have another chance to check there. And of course, you can do all of this at once. You can, put a post in the trade chat saying, you want to buy around this level chest pieces with 3 or 4 links, either rare or white. You can buy off people, and you can post that up, say that what you're willing to trade for, while you do some extra farming to get that gear you need and to level up and refresh the vendors. So that's pretty much how I go about upgrading my gear in hardcore as I'm progressing, especially. So that's pretty much how I go about upgrading my gear as I'm progressing. In hardcore, I'm very okay with spending tons of currency on my character. As you can see, I'm fairly broke at the moment. That's because I'm willing to spend pretty much all the currency I get on improving my character. That's because I'd rather have a character that stays alive in hardcore than to save up the currency. However, in softcore, you have the option of also just trading and saving up your currency for more endgame and things like that. And then later on down the track, when I get towards endgame, those endgame currencies that I've saved up, so Chaos and above, Chaos, GCP, anything else like that, I can spend on buying upgrades. And then, once I get to Merciless, I might start chaosing my gear a little bit, or I might even start, around the time I get to maps, I'll start, upgrading to magic and then using a Regal Orb and Exalted Orbs to craft endgame gear, basically. But until then, I just use alchemies or below to craft with. Magic items if I'm very desperate, like I did with these gloves, managed to craft decent magic gloves. It can be done, and they can get you by in a tough time. But for the most part, that's probably the way to go about doing it when you're progressing. Hopefully you guys have found this helpful. Anyway, it's a little bit of a complicated topic, so if you guys have any further questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. That's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.